Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Article comes to you guys from Business Wire. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So T-Mobile hits a major milestone with this new partnership that was announced yesterday. We talked about it before. We talked about it with some other partnerships that T-Mobile has gained and new businesses that are joining the company. This just 10 years ago wouldn't have never been even thought of. Like, there weren't even any rumors, speculations, or leaks coming out that T-Mobile was even involved in anything like what they're getting involved in today. I think that is a very honest assessment. And the fact that they're now at the dinner table and actually becoming solutions for these types of events just shows you where the network is today. And we know the network is still not where it needs to be. So that's a scary thought, right? If you think about where T-Mobile's network will be 5 years from today and what they could accomplish and get into versus what it is today and what they're already getting, right, in terms of partnerships and businesses joining them. I mean, that's just a scary thought, right? So the strategy, the execution, I mean, the team is just doing great work, right? But just think about it from a network perspective, what this type of event is going to require, right? I feel this puts the Formula One race that T-Mobile handles in Vegas. I think this is a much bigger event, right, that T-Mobile is going to be a part of, right? They're going to have to bring advanced network solutions. They're going to have to handle the broadcasting. They're going to have to handle, I mean, I would say a bigger crowd in and around LA. So they're going to have to lay a lot of fiber. This is going to require a big investment into that area. T-Mobile already has the highest market share in LA, right? Like, by far. And now you're bringing this type of exposure to the network. You're going to have to invest big. And for this, I'm thinking lots of millimeter wave, right? Lots of millimeter wave. And because it just makes sense, right? T-Mobile said they would deploy it where it makes sense. This event makes sense, right? To deploy the millimeter wave. Additional, I think, permanent infrastructure is required. Some temporary as well. But they're gonna have to invest big into this higher profile event. And that's what I feel, that's a major milestone for T-Mobile that I think they take the challenge. I think they take the challenge and they handle it well. I mean, obviously they took the challenge, they signed the partnership, but that's a pretty massive challenge ahead of them. But I think they're going to be able to handle it well, right? If we go by what they did with Formula One and the golf, the PGA and some other things that they have been doing, I think that was their practice, their learning for something big like this, right? So great exposure for the brand T-Mobile. We all know T-Mobile's going to be all over this, everywhere, right, in town. The network has to be there, so T-Mobile has to make a massive investment into it, which I think they have to. And you know, we're now seeing the next evolution of T-Mobile's network, right? It's still not perfect. Probably will never be perfect, but they're getting closer and closer and closer to what the competition is doing in terms of coverage and solutions. And oftentimes, more than not, right, within the native footprint, I mean, the technology advances that T-Mobile has on 5G is just, you know, it's ahead of the competition today at scale, right? So we'll definitely see what happens. 2028, there's still time to invest, right? You got all of 26, all of 27. So T-Mobile's going to start now with the planning, right? There's going to be lots of permits, lots of stuff being built, and the network should be good for the Summer Olympics 2028. But let me know your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.